Yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Wild Nation in the building. Yeah, you know what to do.
1 2 1 2.
Roll up.
Nation in the building. Yeah, you
Roll
know
up.
what to do. 1 2 1 2.
Roll up.
Nation in the building.
Time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke. We want the smoke.
Come on, Charlie.
Hey, what it do, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. HD, back with another episode of the Blunt Ratings on this snowy Saturday afternoon. It snowed today, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting that, but it did. But we here. I ain't gonna be too loud because the kid is asleep in the other room. But yeah, he's always in the front of the house, so we should be good. So yeah, let's talk about Smackdown, man, because it was an eventful, interesting episode of Smackdown. So we'll start with the promos like we always do. Shout out to Gruss in the chat early. Sorry for the late pass. I already told y'all I had to put the kid to bed. But yeah, so let's get this popping. We'll start off with Cowboy Brock Lesnar coming out to the ring. He had his serious no smiling this time. He's been smiling the last couple months. No smile on his face because obviously we know what happened at MSG. You saw the pictures. He got his ass beat. Got choke slam, powerbomb, whatever it was, on the steel steps. Got stitches busted up over his eye. And apparently he got bit by Dracula because he's now a vampire. Because he came out and just kept saying, "I want blood. I am coming for your blood. I want Roman Reigns. I want your blood." So Brock Lesnar is now vampire Brock Lesnar. He's no more cowboy Brock Lesnar. He's now vampire Brock Lesnar. Then Heyman came out instead of Brock, or instead of Roman, and Heyman was like, "Motherfucker, you got your ass beat, and Roman ain't here, so you might as well stop calling for him." And that's to protect you from Roman Reigns. And Brock was like, bitch, well, if he's not here, who's protecting you from me?" Then he chased Paul Heyman out of the arena. Paul Heyman jumped in some car and dashed off. I don't know. He had a cart ready. I guess he knew to have a car ready if he's gonna go out there and talk shit to Brock. Smart move on his part. Fun opening segment though. But then we had not the worst part, the second worst part of the night, obviously, and I'm not being facetious. The second worst part of the night, we should be used to it by now, though, but Ridge Holland and Sheamus decided to come up and introduce their new friend, who's an old friend of ours. It's crazy because he's in the record books. He's the longest reigning NXT UK champion of all time. He had the belt for like 2 years under the name of Pete Dunne. but that is no longer his name. Now he's going by Butch. I mean, I know he rocks the bun, and I know he does look like a gay woman at times. You know what I mean? He wears his little high water skinny jeans and his crop tops and his bun. So, I mean, he could be a butch, you know what I mean? But why? Why? Everyone knows him as Pete Dunne. Everyone. He's been in the company for like 7 years. It's not like he's new. He's made the. Even Pat McAfee was like, "We know him by another name." Bitch, you had a War Games match against the nigga. Like, you know exactly with the what am I talking about? Against with he was on your team. What the? What are they doing? What are they doing? Butch, really, Butch. Like they already got a butcher in AEW. Why'd you? Why? I just don't understand. We know him as Pete Dunne. He's literally the longest reigning NXT UK champion. He's in your record books. Are you gonna go change the record books to? But when you talk about NXT UK, are you gonna call him Butch? Like all the commentators all says Pete Dunne. His name is Pete Dunne. What's wrong with his name? It's like his reputation and it like I don't mind you putting him with Sheamus and Rick. It's actually a perfect fit. But why change it? What's the point? What is the fucking point? It's so stupid. Oh, it's so stupid. Like he's like, oh, anytime they change somebody's name, I just figured that's their last ditch effort to figure out something to do with him before they let him go. Honestly, same with Bearcat and all these other motherfuckers. Like, Dominic Dijakovic, I feel like he's about to be gone soon. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers. They just changed. Like, it's just so many people. Man, Butch, like, of all the names, it's just a bad name. It's just a bad name. It's, anyways, it's like literally a dog name. Like, I don't, whatever. Anyways, I didn't want to get stuck on that for too long, but that was annoying as fuck. He's been on TV for like 6-7 years. What do y'all think? No one watches your other shows? Like no one? You think the 2 million, same 1.7 million people that's watching just start watching last week, or have never seen NXT? Like y'all stupid. Anyways, then we had they showed the Stone Cold promo. Stone Cold accepted Kevin Owens' challenge. He said he don't know where it's gonna be, a KO show, a fight, a brawl. He don't give a shit. He bringing a can of whoop ass to Kevin Owens in Texas for talking all that shit. So, yeah, man, obviously, Stone Cold, one of my favorite wrestlers on my Mount Rushmore, obviously. So, yeah, I'm not mad to see Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. Like, they both got the stunner. Like, it's perfect. They got to do it. I'm glad they doing it. So, good to see Stone Cold after 19 years get inside of a wrestling ring and actually fight somebody. It's going to be pretty dope, man. I'm excited. I'm not going to be there live, though. I'm not going. I'm going to stay here so I can cover it for you guys on the channel, and we'll have fun watching it together right here at Wrestling on Weed. But, yeah, I'll be here watching it with my son, his first WrestleMania. So I want to sit here and spend time with him, watch it with him, man. He likes wrestling. He knows what's going on. He watches the shows, so he gets all excited when the wrestling comes on. So yeah, I let him stay up past his bedtime sometime and watch. So yeah, after that we had Sami Zayn cut a promo. He's pissed off that Johnny Knoxville won't leave him alone, and Johnny Knoxville apparently put Sami's number on a banner and flew it over LA. So Sami was getting a bunch of phone calls and prank calls and shit all day. So that's the story. These guys are just torturing each other up until WrestleMania, fucking with each other, whatever. Then Corbin's crew was supposed to, I think one of them was supposed to have a match with Drew, or maybe not, but they were backstage destroying the Viking Raiders. Yeah, they were supposed to tag with Drew McIntyre. The Viking Raiders were, and Baron Corbin or Happy Corbin. It's calling him Baron. His name's Happy now. Happy Corbin and Riddick Moss and Shanky and what the fuck, Jinder Mahal. They were back there jumping the Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders aren't that tough. They should probably not be Vikings or Raiders, because if you're a Viking or a Raider, you should be tougher than that. And if you're both, well, you shouldn't be getting beat up by a guy in short shorts and suspenders. That's all I'm saying. So, that's all I'm saying. So they got their ass beat, but then Drew McIntyre, they tried to jump Drew McIntyre. They did jump him, but he fought them all off and, pointed the sword at some people. He's eventually going to accidentally stab somebody, and it's going to be bad because that's a big sword. So, yeah. And then we had a Ronda Rousey promo, and Ronda Rousey and Charlotte was talking shit to each other. Charlotte's like, you only put me in the armbar or the ankle lock last week because I had on heels and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and Ronda was like, I learned the ankle lock from Kurt Angle, and I've been perfecting it. Like, bitch, you an MMA fighter. You should know about 75, submission moves. Why is the armbar such a big deal? Like, you literally jujitsu, like, you're like a jujitsu master, like a 6-time black belt or some crazy shit. pretty sure you know more than just the fucking armbar. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, this is the story. Oh, okay. But they did end up having a brawl backstage afterwards. It was pretty intense. Charlotte threw Ronda onto a car and choked her out and shit. It was a pretty crazy brawl. Kind of reminiscent of the whole Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte thing backstage with the involving the cars. They kind of tried to redo that a little bit, except for it was not as good, not nearly as good because Becky wasn't there. And Becky is the best shit talker out of all of them. And the intensity of it at that point, it was like a week before Mania when that happened. So it was, I think that was the go home show where all that crazy shit happened. So it was just everything was so ramped up. But this didn't hit like that one did. Like that was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this triple threat now. This is insane. This was like, all right, I want to see the match. It's gonna be a good match, but I think I'm still looking forward to Becky and Bianca more. I mean, honestly, as far as the wrestling is concerned, like Becky and Bianca is gonna be a better wrestling match. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I gave promos and backstage segments 3.75 for the night, man. Pretty good, episode for backstage segments and stuff like that. So, wasn't the greatest, but, I like what they did with Brock. He never showed back up to actually get a hold of Heyman or the Usos. I thought he would show up when the Usos came out, but he didn't. That's what I thought he was going to do because the Usos came out talking all that shit. I thought Brock was just going to run up behind him and destroy them, but that's not what happened. That's what he should have done, though. That would have been better storytelling. But anyways, let's move on to matches. We had like 4 matches on the night. We had Sheamus and Ridge Holland beating the New Day, thanks to Butch. Yeah, so I guess I got to talk about it. Big E broke his neck yesterday. Ridge Holland did a belly-to-belly suplex, and he landed dead on his head. And he got folded up. And it looked bad immediately. Stretchered out, obviously. The X is thrown up, blah, blah, blah. Just like, please let it be just like a tweak, concussion. It's like, nope. Big E officially announced on social media that he broke his freaking neck. Yeah. And the irony of getting a Kurt Angle shout on the show earlier, like minutes earlier before that, and then him breaking his freaking neck on the show is just kind of, it sucked, man. It sucked. And friend of the channel, obviously, Big E, someone in his position doing a drop for a channel and called Wrestling on Weed and on a Wrestling High podcast. Like he didn't have to do that. Like we've been turned down by a lot lesser people, trust me. So the fact that Big E did that drop for us was pretty fucking awesome, man. So we'll always have love for him. I actually got to meet him at Wale's party a couple years ago at WrestleMania in Tampa. So just solid dude. You know what I mean? Good dude, man. So nothing but well wishes for Big E. Hope he gets, he gets his rest and heals up fast. And everybody over here, Wild Nation, Wrestling on Weed, man, wishing you the best, Big E. Speedy recovery, my guy. You know what I mean? Salute to you. So that sucked, obviously. But yeah, Sheamus and Ridge did get the win, thanks to Ridge interfering, blah, blah, blah. But Sasha and Naomi beat Shayna and Natalya. Why are Shayna and Natalya a tag team? What are they doing at WrestleMania? I don't know. Probably nothing. Why are Sasha and Naomi a team? Still don't get it. Don't understand it. Don't care. Whatever. Feel sorry for these ladies. Bugs beat Jay because they want to match at WrestleMania. I understand you got to get Shinsuke and Bugs on the show. They've been an integral part of the show for the whole year, so I understand they gotta have a match, but this was just like such a throwaway. Like the Viking Raiders should have been fighting the Usos at Mania, or just do like a triple threat match or a fucking fatal 4-way tag team match. Just get all the tag teams in one match. We don't need a bunch of tag team matches that don't matter. Like none of these shits matter. So it's just like I don't fucking know. They gotta fill 2 nights with matches though, so probably have like 8-9 matches on each show. So they're just making matches at this point, throwing some shit together. It's just feels kind of rushed. Like they got like 5-6 matches set in stone for like the last month or so, but everything else is just being thrown together now. But whatever. Rico and Sammy had another great match. Honestly, these matches be fire. Um, like I ain't gonna describe all the moves. We ain't gonna get into all that. But yes, Rico and Sammy had a good back and forth. It almost looked like Sammy was gonna win his belt back after a fucking his power bomb, Blue Thunder bomb. And he didn't hit the Huluva kick at any point during the match, or I don't know. He had no Huluva kick during the match, but he did hit the Blue Thunder bomb for a good 2 count. But yeah, Ricochet ended up winning with the 630 to keep his title, man. So happy Ricochet didn't get the belt taken right back off of him. Hope he has a good WrestleMania match set up. He don't have nothing lined up as of now, so hopefully they get some feud set up for him next week, because like there's no point in him going back and forth with Sammy. Sammy already has a match, so it just seems kind of pointless right now because Johnny Knoxville can't be on SmackDown doing matches to build up to the. So it's just like using the title holder to be. It's just some stuff don't be making sense, but you know, whatever. Yeah. So matches, I gave matches 3.25 for the night. So I'm going to adjust this score because this is off. Now that I think about it, sorry about the sirens, guys. Let me close this window. Yeah, so I'm going to adjust that. Let me redo this because it's going to change some things. Yeah, I thought so. That makes more sense anyway. So let's move on to storytelling. Like I said, storytelling on the show was okay. I'm changing the score right now because I definitely gave it too high of a score originally. I was being a little too nice with this score because I was thinking about certain parts of the show that I did enjoy, but overall, the storytelling on the show, I'm gonna give it 3 blunts instead of what I first gave it, which was 4 blunts. It was not a 4 blunt night for storytelling, no fucking way. The Roman and Brock shit was cool. You know, I guess you know, whatever. You know, Brock chasing Heyman out. Stone Cold and Kevin Owens being mentioned on the show, but that's not even really SmackDown. That's kind of some Brawl shit. Butch, it's like bad. That's terrible storytelling. Changing another wrestler's name for no fucking reason, other than you need to not let him get claimed to whatever merchandise you sell. I guess it's just I don't know what the fuck is going on. Corbin and Drew McIntyre, I just don't care about. Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville. All right, I care a little bit, but just because of the entertainment value, that's pure entertainment. It might be good. It might actually be garbage. I don't fucking know. Do I think Johnny Knoxville is gonna do as good as Bad Bunny? Fuck no. I don't think he's as like I don't want to say as coordinated. It's like I don't think he's as coordinated or as athletic or as I don't know. I think he's just a stunt guy, which could work because that's what Shane McMahon is pretty much. So Ronda and Charlotte's story is it's not good. I'm sorry. That the story they're telling is Ronda can't put the armbar. So now she has another move. Man, these bitches supposed to hate each other. I don't know. I gave storytelling 3 blunts. That's probably still too much. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking scoring it at first. But yeah. So let's move on to commentary. Obviously, last night commentary was fucking lit. SmackDown commentary team is fire. Shout out to Michael Cole, but even more so, shout out to Pat motherfucking McAfee, the best pro wrestling commentator right now. He's the best. Nobody better. He's number 1. Corey Graves is number 2, and Tony Schiavone is number 3. That's the list. That's the order. Don't fucking question it. It just is what it is. Yeah, Pat McAfee, he is like the perfect fan turned commentator that you could possibly have. Like still has that enthusiastic fan energy. He's great at calling the action or being an assistant being an assist to Michael calling the action. And he can fucking wrestle. He can go. And everything he does is believable. He had a segment with Austin Theory. I don't even know if I mentioned this I was saving it for commentary. That's why. But he had a segment during somebody's match when fucking Ridge Holland, or not Ridge Holland, it was the Sami Zayn and and Ricochet match. He just came out like he was gonna sit at commentary. He just sat next to Pat McAfee and just stared at him. Pat McAfee was like, "The fuck you want, bro? Like, why are you out here?" And then he got up and popped him in the head again. And then Pat McAfee's like, "Man, fuck this," and jumped up over the fucking announcer's table and started brawling with him. And he beat the shit out of Austin Theory. I was like, "Oh shit, let's go." He tossed them all around, smashed his head into the announcer's table. I was like, "Oh shit, this is crazy. This is crazy." So yeah, that shit was wild fun, man. They had to have security come out and pull him apart. Whole time Michael Cole's like, "No, chill, Pat, don't let him get to you. You gonna get fired, bro. Chill." So it was intense. It was fun. I loved it. Whole time Pat McAfee like, "Bitch, fuck you think this is? Like, I'm not. It's not a game over here. You're not about to just pull up on me and smack me in the head like I'm sweet." Like, just, his whole mannerisms and facial expressions. Even when Austin was like acting like he was trying to bust through security and get back to him, Pat was just sitting there like, "Really? Go ahead." It's like, that shit was so gangster, yo. I loved it, man. Then he got hauled off by security too. So it was, man, I don't know. It was an awesome segment. It was probably my favorite thing on the show. It was my favorite thing on the show. Obviously, a massive Pat McAfee fan over here. So yeah, I'm ecstatic. This is one of the matches I'm looking forward to the most. One of my favorite new WWE superstars in Austin Theory, who's become a great heel in the last couple months. Obviously, the push to the limelight by Vince McMahon didn't hurt, even though it was weird at most of the time. It didn't hurt getting that rub from Vince, and obviously Vince put him in a very, very high profile match. He's in one of the celebrity matches, so technically, it's a big deal for Austin Theory. So it's one of the matches, probably one of the top 5 matches I'm looking forward to. Definitely looking forward to this more than I'm looking forward to Sami Zayn and fucking Johnny Knoxville, like 1,000%. Because I know Pat McAfee can go. He can wrestle his ass off. We've already seen it. He can do all the top rope backflip moves, and he can do all that shit. So looking forward to seeing that go down. So yeah. You know what it is for commentary. 5 blunts. Commentary involved in a storyline. Commentary fighting. Like, anytime you get stuff like that from the commentary team, it's always gonna boost the score a little bit. So yeah, 5 blunts for that, and then we can move on to the crowd. The crowd was pretty lit. It's WrestleMania season, man. I gave the crowd 4.5 blunts because the crowd was pretty fucking lit. I ain't gonna lie. Everybody was excited. It was a little awkward when they called him Butch. You heard the groans. They were a little dead during the women's tag match, but who blames them? But it is WrestleMania season. People were excited. The crowd was lit. I gave him 4.5 blunts, being nice. That's a final average of 3.85 blunts, which is a silver show. Me adjusting that score from 4 to 3 for storytelling definitely took it from a gold show to a silver show, which is more aligned with what I thought of the show last night. Didn't think it was a gold blunt show, but it was definitely a silver blunt show. There was some good stuff, good energy in the building. Yeah, and some stuff that entertained me, but there was a lot of stuff that it was just like, in the words of Two-Face, motherfucker, for what? Why is his name Butch? Why is Shayna and Natalya a team? I don't get any of these things. Why did Brock not come back and attack the Usos since Roman wasn't there? I don't understand why none of these things happened. I don't understand it. Somebody explain it. But anyways, that's the show for today, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you guys. It's always coming through. Q, the content guy. What's going on, man? I will still call him Pete. Yeah, I'm still going to call him Pete Dunne. Butch is just, it's such a weird name. And I guess his name is Pete Butch Dunne. Since that's his nickname, but it's still fucking stupid, so whatever. But anyways, guys, I gotta go be on daddy duty for the rest of the day, so I'm gonna play some WWE 2K22 here soon. I'm not gonna be able to stream it this week until I get my new Mac. I ordered one of those new Mac Studios. I spent $5,500 on that shit. So I'll be able to stream games better, because streaming from the Mac Mini, I don't like it. It's like some lag, a lot of lag, and my CPU percentage was running up like 70-80%. Shit'll probably shut off if I try to stream. So I could stream from my MacBook, but I don't feel like hooking that shit up. Honestly, this shit is already hooked up the way it is. So once I get my new computer, then I'll start streaming WWE 2K right here on the channel, obviously, where all the wrestling stuff happens. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until the next one, it's your boy, Mr. HD. Tune in on Monday, lock in with Physics for another Wild News joint. Go watch the Wild News joint from yesterday. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Wild Nation. Peace.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to know when we go live next. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling on We, and thanks for watching.